I found the folder in March, buried in a box of my father's old tax returns that my mother asked me to move to the garage. I wasn't looking for it. I was looking for space. Inside, there were bank statements showing large withdrawals on dates that matched my sister's birthdays. There was a deed transfer for the house, signed by my father, notarized by a friend of my sister's husband. There were emails printed out, my father's name at the top, explaining to a lawyer that his son had chosen a path that made him unsuitable as a successor trustee. I read them twice. Then I put the folder back and finished moving the boxes. I didn't mention it at Easter. I didn't bring it up at my mother's birthday dinner in July. I watched my sister refill wine glasses and talk about school board meetings. I watched my father laugh at her husband's jokes. I watched my mother stare at the television during conversations she'd stopped following. By October, I'd made copies. By November, I'd made an appointment with Denise. The morning of Thanksgiving, I sat in that linoleum hallway and watched the clock. Denise asked if I wanted to file a formal complaint. I said I wanted someone to ask questions. She said that was already happening. I thanked her and left. The drive to my parents' house took 40 minutes. I practiced the smirk in the rearview mirror. Dinner was turkey and tension. My father carved with his steady hands. My sister filmed the table for her Instagram story, panning slowly past the candles, the gravy boat my face. My mother asked if anyone wanted more rolls. My father said no one wanted more rolls. After dessert, my parents excused themselves to the kitchen. My sister kept her phone on, angled toward my chair. She thought I didn't notice. They came back with the envelope. My father slid it across the table. My mother sat down. My sister leaned forward slightly, the camera steady. I opened it. Check. Ticket. Message received. I looked up at my sister's phone. I gave her the smirk. I folded the paper. I said the turkey was excellent. My mother exhaled. My father nodded once. My sister lowered the phone and smiled at her screen, already editing. I helped clear the plates. I hugged my mother goodbye. I shook my father's hand. I didn't look at my sister. The folder stayed in my glove compartment on the drive home. I didn't open it. I didn't need to. The next week, I deposited the check. It paid for the copies I'd made. It paid for the gas to the state office. It paid for nothing that mattered. My father called on Tuesday. He asked if I'd heard from anyone at the state. I said no. He said some woman had been asking about the house. I said that was strange. He agreed. He said my sister was handling it. I said good. I didn't ask what there was to handle. I still have the ticket. It's in the glove compartment with the folder. I look at it sometimes when I'm stopped at red lights. One way to anywhere. I haven't decided if anywhere is a place or just a direction. The investigation is still open. My sister doesn't know I know about the deed. My father doesn't know I kept the emails. My mother doesn't know much of anything anymore. I didn't tell them what I did earlier because I wasn't trying to win. I was just trying to let the truth exist without me having to carry it alone. The money was never the point. The smirk was never the victory. The victory was sitting at that table, holding an envelope I was supposed to be grateful for, knowing I'd already packed a bigger silence than the one they were trying to buy. One day, the doorbell will ring and it won't be me with a pie. It'll be someone with a clipboard and questions that don't stop at the welcome mat. Until then, I let them think the check worked. It didn't. It just paid for the wait.